I have myself broken this into three phases to understand how we get back to fully recovered, if you want to call it that. And I think these phases are governed by the health situation, which varies country to country. I think that has to be at the top. And I've created a matrix about this. I'm happy to share it with anybody that's interested. And the first phase, which we're in today, is phase one, where we are still seeing curves flatten in terms of incidence rates, where we're still trying to develop tests, where we're still seeing outbreaks. So this is a difficult phase where we're not quite through. It's the toughest phase. It's uncertain, and it looks like it will go on, in my estimation, towards June, July for many countries. Every country will be different. Austria is opening next week. Germany may open again soon, and hopefully many more, but it will vary by country. But this phase, and what's also important about this phase is, and this is what I've done in this matrix, is it then corresponds to what the governments are doing with stimulus, because for the moment, it is relief and it's maintenance of the economic situation, right? That is the priority. Providing liquidity, providing funds to citizens to be able to support themselves and live their lives, and to keep the system from collapsing. The central bank providing tremendous liquidity. Phase two, which I hope will start in the summer, looks a little bit different. I think phase two will be when testing is really starting to work, where we can do genuine antibody testing and where we can have some level of confidence to reopen properly the economies. Without that information, frankly, we're somewhat blind in reopening our economies, and we can only do it partially and with risk. So as we can test and as we can know who has antibodies, as we see what part of the population is immune, having either had it or having proper antibodies, we can much more confidently deploy resources again. The third phase is where there is a vaccine. And the vaccine really is the moment at which we can say we can go back to normal without fear. That doesn't mean we won't still have problems to sort out. It doesn't mean there won't be pandemics in the future that we have to start preparing for. It doesn't mean that there will not be a lot of things to feel very sorry and sad about over the period between now and then. But that is the point at which we can get back to normal. We could have a separate discussion of what that normal looks like, because things will change, right? We will do things differently, but we will all be back to work. We will be able to travel and so on and so forth. So I think you have to look at those three phases. And if you understand what phase you're in, and if you understand what information you have, that then flows through, and you can make a lot of projections and understandings about what's happening in the economy, what are people doing, where is consumption, where is investment. And so I find this framework very helpful to process kind of the information.
Right. For anyone who will be interested, we will be posting this framework in the description of the video or the audio that you're listening. So you will be able to download to see what we're talking about here.